right, you guys, so today we're going to talk about how do we actually heal? How do we actually do this healing thing that everyone is talking about? Once we know that there is something that we want to address, that we want to heal, how do we actually heal? How do we actually do inner work? And it's something that many people asks me. Sometimes even people around me, friends, but okay, I have this, I have that. We figured out that there is a wound within me, that there is a trigger. How do I actually heal that? What do I do with this? Give me tools. So today I want to give you the easiest, the simplest tool. Something that you can do every day with no tools, with no assistance, with no healer, with no knowledge. Anyone can do this, and it is actually the most powerful technique. No matter how many years you've been on a healing journey, no matter how much healed, balanced you are, how much you've expanded your consciousness, you will still on an everyday basis be using the same technique. And today I want to tell you what that is. And I also want to invite you to do a little challenge, because May is going to be a very special month. We're going to have a full moon on the 1st and on the last day of May. May being 5th month of the year, it's going to be an energy of transformation, of change. So that technique that I'm going to teach you today, it's something that you can do at least 5 times a week for 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes every day. Anyone, I don't care what is your excuse, anyone can find 10 to 15 minutes 5 times a week every day of those 5 days. You can do this for 7 days if you want, but minimum 5 days. And I can promise you that by the end of month of May, you can start even today, you're going to be a whole different person. And if you continue and if you do this for 3 months, you will not recognize yourself. And before I give you this technique and before I teach you what it actually is, I don't have to teach you anything because it's so simple and so straightforward. I just want to address, 2 very powerful tools for a deeper healing. For those of you who are ready not to just start figuring certain things out, but to actually hear, to actually reach that moment of inner peace, of balance, of union, to expand your consciousness. And on that journey, working with healers is incredibly important. And I always highlight this to you guys, and I always say this to you guys, it's my universal truth that it's incredibly powerful. And I cannot imagine my journey when it started without my healer. And it's for a variety of reasons. So one reason is because us healers, we actually emit the frequency of where you want to go, where you want to be, because we've already healed. Being a healer means that you had to go through this very deep, purifying, cleansing, death and rebirth kind of a journey in your life. So we show you through embodiment. And I always teach this to you guys. You cannot teach anything. We've discussed this when we were talking about mother wound this week and last week on my channel. We teach for embodiment. There's no way to teach. No words, no, books. You teach for embodiment. As a teacher, you teach for embodiment, right? So we emit the frequency, healing frequency as well, higher vibration frequency, that during sessions we will just mirror back to you what is still within you that is not matching that frequency. And subconsciously we will show you how to get there. Your body is wise, your energy is wise. It will sort of know how to move, having that blueprint reflected by us. It will sort of move towards it. And there are 2 very powerful, most powerful ways that you can do with your healer. One is shadow work, right? Shadow work. So for example, that's the inner work. That's the work on your shadows, on your demons, on your darkness. So if you come to me on a shadow work session, I'm going to channel messages from your spirit guides, from your higher self. I'm going to read your energy, and reading that energy, we're going to discuss things that will teach you to connect the dots. Connecting the dots is so important. So connect the dots between your wounds, between your shadows, between your traumas, between your feelings, between your emotions, between your physical pains, between your triggers, to understand the cause and effect, the root cause of everything that is brewing inside of you. So that's one part of that. I've actually made a video how you can do shadow work on your own. You can find that on my YouTube. And that other thing that you can do with a healer is energy work. And every true healer will have their own unique way, because we kind of pull that knowledge from our ancestors as we awaken to our journey. And every healer is going to combine sort of holistically different techniques to do energy work. So if you come to me on session, we're going to do shamanic healing, we're going to do Reiki healing, we're going to work with Kundalini and with prana. We're going to work with sort of arriving in your body. We're going to remove the blockages, and it's incredibly important as well because it teaches you to feel into your body. It cleanses your energy body. It cleanses energetic blockages. It cleanses old traumas stored within your energy body and within your actual physical body. But that's something that not every person is ready for, and I understand that, because coming on a session with your healer, it means hard work, it means accountability, it means removing denial and actually facing everything that you've been pushing into subconscious mind. And it's not going to be for everyone in this specific lifetime, and it's not going to be for everyone just now. It's also seen in a pace of clients that come to us. So I have clients that come to me every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, which is an amazing pace. And it's a pace that within a year you become a completely different person. You're transformed completely. But some people are not ready for that. Some people are not ready to grab that bull by its horns, and they come every 4, 6, 8 weeks, even every 3 months, and that is absolutely okay as well. It is your life, it is your journey. You have freedom to choose whatever suits you. But now let's talk about that one thing that I invite you to do every day, and anyone can do it, and it is actually the most important tool. Even if you come to me on sessions every 2 weeks, I will still tell you to do this every day. Me being where I am, I do this 24/7, and we'll talk about this in a moment. But the magical thing is to sit with yourself. Sit with yourself in presence, in stillness, in silence. Nowhere to go, no place to be, no one to talk to, phone is away, everything is off. There is just this stillness. There is just arriving in your body to witness and observe, to witness how are you feeling within your body, to witness your emotions, your pains, your aches, to witness your thoughts, to witness your fears, to witness your triggers, to question, to observe what your human is doing, what your human is thinking, what your human is feeling. So it is literally just for 10-15 minutes a day, become fully aware and fully present. And there's many ways you can do this. You can, sip your morning tea for 10 minutes, looking outside of the window, looking at a beautiful tree, and just observing, how am I feeling? How am I feeling today? How am I doing? What I'm thinking about? What I woke up thinking about? There's, many spiritual techniques that you can sort of use as a support to do this. You can meditate, you can contemplate, you can do breath work, very powerful. But ultimately, it's so simple, you guys. But you would be surprised how many people are not able to do that. How many people are not able to give themselves 10-15 minutes a day to just witness. You don't have to know anything about healing. You don't have to know and understand just how am I feeling? What triggered me today? What triggered me yesterday if you do this in the morning? What upset me? Why? It's the observation, the witnessing, and the questioning of your human. It's becoming the awareness that is observing the avatar, the physical avatar. And it's so simple but so powerful. And I've mentioned to you guys that even when you are years on this journey and you're already balanced, it actually becomes you. We do this all the time. I do this 24/7. I'm constantly present. I'm constantly aware. I am constantly in communication with my body. I am constantly sending signals and directions to my body. I'm constantly receiving signs and messages from beyond. I am constantly witnessing what is triggering me. Why is that triggering me? How am I feeling? Why is this emotion arriving? If it arrives, I'm feeling my emotion, because feelings, as the name indicates, are meant to be felt, not thought about, right? So it's this powerful tool that I really invite you to do every day for the next month. Even if you do this for a week, 5 times next week, you will transform already. Because what disconnects us from source, what disconnects us from meaning of life, from the truth of life, is the autopilot, is presence and consciousness and witnessing yourself, observing yourself, everything that I've just explained. It sort of gets you out of the Masonic coffin of what this world, the program, the current distorted patriarchal elites ruled program is trying to enforce on us, to make us completely automated machines with no awareness, with no presence, with no witnessing what the gift of life is. Just do it. Just wake up in the morning, just have breakfast, just go to work, just give me your energy. We stop. And I've met people in my life that would say that literally 5 minutes is painful. The less you can do, it's an indication that the more dormant you are, the more on autopilot you are functioning. And it's the indication that you need it so much. So even if it's just 5 minutes in the beginning, force yourself to do that. And I promise you that you will transform your life. And from 5 minutes, ultimately, the goal is that you will become it 24/7. It will be all you do. You will be present all the time. You will be in your body all the time, communicating in your body, feeling your feelings, experiencing the external world, the physical world, understanding. That's how we expand our consciousness. It's actually the expansion of time that we can become awareness. Then we can become present. And one of the most powerful supporting techniques to do that as well is breath work. So I'm going to make part 2 to walk you guys through breath work, what it actually gives to you and how you can start working with breath work. But I hope this was helpful. If you're still here, please follow, like, comment, share, support. Let me know, do you already do this? Let me know, how long are you able to hold this presence right now where you are on your journey. And I love you so incredibly much, and I hope you have an amazing weekend.